In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to use your knowledge of percent change to work with markups and to calculate different type of markups. Markups we're going to also see as a profit or a gain. So we're going to first start by looking at what a percent increase is. How do you calculate the percent increase? Then we'll review some markups, introduce you to what those are. Then I'll show you exactly how to go about calculating markups or working on problems that involve markup, and then we'll look at some examples together. So the percent increase expresses the increase in value as a percent of the original value. So your increase is always going to be your final value minus your original value. Why? Because your final value is always going to be greater than the original value. So look at your increase as a gain. So your percent increase, another way to write this percent increase, is going to be your increase divided by your original value multiplied by 100. Because your percent is always, you have to have a base. Your base is your starting point. You always calculate your percent increase based on your starting point. And in this case, your starting point is your original value. So what is the percent increase from 4 to 7? So let's look at our increase first. Our increase is going to be final value minus original value, which here is 7 minus 4, which is equal to 3. So percent increase is equal to our increase divided by original value multiplied by 100, which is our increase is 3, original value is 4, multiplied by 100. That's going to give you 4 divided by 2, we have 2 here, 100 divided by 2, we have 50, 2 divided by 2, 1, 50 divided by 2, 25, 3 multiplied by 25 is 75. So here we have a 75% increase. Now what's a markup? A markup is an increase from the original price or a cost of an item. So for example, you may buy something for $5 and sell it to a friend for $6. That's an increase, that's a markup. So a markup can be represented as either a percent or an amount. So your markup here is your final price minus your original price. And then your markup percent is your markup divided by, let's write it this other way. So your markup percent is going to be your markup divided by your original price multiplied by 100. That's going to give you your markup percent. Now you may ask, how do I go about working on problems that have to do with markup? First, we want to identify original price. We want to identify the final price. And then if you want to get the markup and you have original and final prices, you're going to have your markup equal to your final price minus your original price. And then your markup percent is going to be your percent markup multiplied by, actually your markup is going to be your percent markup multiplied by your original price. So that's going to give you your gain in value or in amount. And then to find the sales tax, you can substitute the values. Actually, to find the markup here, you can substitute the value. You can also see sales tax as a type of markup. It's an extra amount you pay based on the base price. But in this case, we're going to focus on markup. And so the final price is going to be the original price plus the markup amount. Let's go ahead and walk through some examples. All of this will make some sense then. So Brian bought a video game for $50. So we can see the original price here. And sold it to his friend Mark for $55. So this is final price. What was the markup? So markup is going to be final price minus original price. Okay, so the final price here is $55. The original price is $50. So this is going to give us $5 markup. So here we have a $5 markup on the video game. The wholesale price for computers is $250 each. Computer Supplies Inc. sells the computer at a retail price of $295. What is the markup? We're going to do markup here and also markup percent. So markup right here is going to give us final price minus original price. So this is going to give us 295 minus 250. So let's, for good measure here, 295 minus 250. We have 5 here, we have 4. So our markup on this is $45. What about our percent markup? So that's going to give us markup divided by original price multiplied by 100, which is going to give us 45 divided by 250 multiplied by 100. So I'm going to cross out the 0 in the denominator here and then add for 100. And then I'm going to divide this by 5. I have 5 here, and then I have 9 here. I divide 5 by 5, 1. I divide 10 by 5, I have 2. So this is going to be 9 multiplied by 2, which is going to give me 18%. So there's an 18% markup on this item that is sold. Ryan sold his baseball cards to his brother for $6.50. He told his brother the cards had a markup of 30%. How much did Ryan pay for the baseball cards? Now, here's one thing I want you to identify. When you have a markup, it's an increase from the original. So look at the markup this way. Markup is 30%. So your markup is going to be, so let's look at it. Your final price is going to be your original price plus markup. Okay? So your original price is unknown. So, which is, your original price is, let's call this X. Your final price here is $6.50. Your original price is X. Your markup is 30% of X. So what I can say here is I have 100% of X plus 30% of X. So this is going to give me 130% of X. So $6.50 is going to give me 1.3x. So now I can divide both sides by 1.3. And so I have 65. So x is going to be 65 divided by 13. And if you put that through your multiplication tables, you'll get that x is going to be $5. So Ryan bought the cards for $5 and sold for $6.50, thereby earning a markup of 30%. You can also see that it's a profit on his sale of 30%. So Beatrice bought a printer for $45 and sold it at a markup of 28%. For what price did she sell the printer? So remember we had a markup here is going to be percent markup multiplied by original price. You're going to notice that when I do math, I always like to start with the formula because it gives me a guide on where I'm going. And it also lets me know that lets whoever is looking through my work, gives them an understanding of why I'm doing what I'm doing and the approach that I'm taking. So our markup here is going to be 28 over 100 multiplied by 45. So let's go ahead and simplify. I can divide both of these by 4. This gives me 725. I can divide this by 5. I get 5. Divide this by 5. I get 9. So this is going to give me 63 divided by 5. And we can go ahead and do that here. 63 divided by 5. 6 divided by 5, I have 1. 1 multiplied by 5, I have 5. And then I can put a 0 here, or you can just put an arrow down. So this is 1, 3. 13 divided by 5, I have 2. 2 multiplied by 5, I have 10. Subtract, I'm left with 3. 3, you can divide. There are no groups of 5 and 3. I'm going to put a decimal here, make this a 30. 30 divided by 5, I have 6. 6 times 5, I have 30. So now the markup, is going to be $12.60. So for what price did she sell? So final price is going to give me original price plus markup. Let's call it markup amount. All right. And so our final price is going to give us $45 plus $12.60. Let's do this right here. So $45 plus $12.60. So 0.675. So this is going to give me $57.60. So that is how much Beatrice would have had to sell her printer to get a markup of 28%.